Hey, what's up everyone? I'm doing this quick video to do a quick review of the Apple AirPods Part 2 or version 2, whatever you want to call them. Now, I had put up a video earlier doing a review, but some people had complained, and rightfully so, because throughout the course of the video, I kept talking about the "Hey, Apple's assistant," but I would actually say her name. So what happened was, throughout the video, I had said it a bunch of times, and it kept, making their device activate, because she thought she was being, asked for. So I can see how that's really annoying, and I apologize for that. So I'm just going to reshoot this, without saying the name of Apple's assistant. So let's just get into it really quick. These are the version 2, part 2, whatever you want to call it. These are the original. They're nearly identical, okay? The look, the fit, the feel, the sound quality, whether you're listening to music, a podcast, or a movie, there's no difference. None at all, okay? I've heard some people say that it sounds a little bit better or it sounds a little bit worse, but in my opinion, there's no difference, really. It's just, I think it's just maybe wishful thinking if they spent the money that you want it to be a little bit better, but really it's not, all right? Physically, the AirPods, they look the same. The fit and finish is the same. Okay, they have the same smooth texture. I've heard some people say they felt they were a little bit more textured, but they're not. They're identical, the same thing. Okay, the only physical real difference is the obvious on the case. On the new case, you have the LED up in the front. Okay, and on the back on the new case, the hinge is a little bit more like a matte finish, whereas on the original it's more shiny. And also on the new one, the pairing button for Android, and in case you need it on an iPhone, is up higher, where on the old it's a little bit down lower. Okay, but other than that, and on the new ones you have wireless charging, which is a cool feature, but kind of a letdown too, since AirPad was canceled. I was really looking forward to that, but what are you going to do? And another feature that I really like is, hey, Apple's Assistant. Because on the old ones, in order to get Apple's Assistant, you had to double tap. And that could be really annoying, depending on how many times you have to do it a day. Because, it could be like, irritating to your ear. Because I use it a lot for, making phone calls, changing the volume on, music, changing a song track, replaying a song. I use the Apple Assistant a lot. So for me, just to be able to say, hey, Apple Assistant, and have it come on is really good. My only complaint, though, is I wish you had some kind of notification that when you summoned Apple's Assistant that, she was listening. Because in this case, like on your phone, okay, let's say on your iPhone, when you ask for Apple's Assistant, you get that little bit of a beep or a dong noise, and then, she's ready, okay? On the AirPods, too, when you say, hey, Apple Assistant, she's just automatically listening right there. So you say, hey, Apple Assistant, go to the next track, and she will. You don't have to wait for any, notification or noise. You just say, hey, do it, okay? So, I know, first world problem, but I would, for myself, prefer a little bit of a notification that she's listening, a little indicator, but all right, not a big deal. But now, what is a big deal, though? Now, let me kill these lights. As you can see on the front here, this LED indicator right there. Now let me show you this. Now this doesn't matter if you're doing it with the lightning cable or you put it on a charging pad. The same thing happens. So watch what happens. So now I'm going to plug it in, and you can see the light turns amber. Now it's going to go out after a few seconds. Not a big deal. Okay, and the amber LED light denotes that it's needs power and it's charging. So let's say, okay, it's turned itself off, not a big deal, you put it down. Now, the natural thing is you would think that after, this case and the AirPods are fully charged at 100%, you would think that that LED light would turn green to indicate that it's done charging. But that's not the case. It doesn't do that. It's just going to stay off. So what you have to do if you want to find out that if these are actually charged 100%, you either have to open the case and see what the light status is, or you have to go onto your iPhone and look at the battery widget in order to check if the case is fully charged or not. That is so stupid. I do not understand really at this point, I don't even understand the point of this LED light, okay? Because all it does is, gives you the indication when it starts charging, okay? And if these were fully charged, it would stay green for a few seconds, then turn off. Or we have, like when you do the pairing thing, it flashes white, okay? That's it. And to me, for some reason, that really, really irks me. Now, you can say that's, I'm just being, a little bit too sensitive or, whatever. But this should turn green when it's fully charged. Because that's the most, like I said, that's the most common thing you would think. Okay, put it down. Okay, I'll just keep an eye on it once in a while. When it's ready to be used, 100% charged, it'll turn green. No, it doesn't do that. And that is by design. I just cannot believe why Apple would do that. It's so stupid, really. It is. It's bad idea, and it makes no sense as far as the world of LEDs. It's red, then when it's fully charged, turn green. All right, let me just relax a little bit. It bothers me. I think it's a really stupid design, but I'm going to keep them. That annoying thing aside, I like them. Like I said, the sound quality and everything, they're identical to the original. There's no difference, okay, as far as music, whatever you're listening to, so not a big one. I like the wireless charging. I think that's a pretty cool thing to have. Again, Apple AirPod, but you know what? Who cares? And for me, though, like the Hey Apple Assistant thing, I love that because I use that I can't even count how many times a day I'm going to use that. The only irritation, though, is that LED light. That it's really, they could have even left this out. They could have left that or just put it back inside the case, kind of like was on the originals inside the case. You can see that. Okay, there it is. Because this functionality that it doesn't, show you like, when it's fully charged, it's worthless, really. I just don't get it. All right, but let me stop that ranting about that. Plus, these charge up really well, also with an iPhone, Android device. So, if you have any kind of Android phone, they'll work with that. Now, let me just say, I cannot guarantee these will work with every single Android phone because, it could vary by, carrier or region. So, but, on most modern Android phones, these will work and you have no problem. Let me say this, though, this little tip is, let's say you do have an Android phone. Now, obviously, you're not going to have Apple's Assistant, but there are apps where you can get the Google one working. Okay, I haven't done it myself, but I will eventually. But now the double tap thing, got to keep this in mind. There are the options to do double tapping. Okay, whether we want to skip a track or pause and that kind of thing. If you want to do that in an Android device, here's a tip. If you have a friend or a family member who's got like an iPhone or something, put these on their iPhone, set up the double tap, okay? And then when you put them on your Android device, that double tap will still work the same. So let's say you set it up for the right one to pause the track and the left one to skip to the next track, okay? Set it up on an iPhone, go to your Android, it'll work the same, okay? So that's a little tip, keep in mind. And obviously, anything with Apple's Assistant, you're not going to do on your Android device, but that's not a big deal. But again, set up a double tap on a friend or family member's iPhone and it'll work on your Android. So keep that in mind. But, oops, sorry, I hit the camera. But other than that, I like them. And like I said, not much of a difference as far as, sound or anything like that. So if you're expecting any big difference in sound, don't get them because you're going to be disappointed. You want to get these if you're looking for wireless charging, and you're definitely going to want to get them if you're like me and you use the Hey Apple Assistant a lot, which I do. Okay. And you got to just deal with that stupid LED thing being, so weak functioning, but whatever. Okay, enough of that ranting and raving. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk with you all later.